Complimentary wave.
Hey, Facebook!
Morning. About to go 95.9.
Make sure y'all tune in. I'm super excited. Aren't y'all? If y'all have any questions during this, make sure you comment below so we can try and answer these questions while we're discussing the home buying process.
That'd be good.
Oh my gosh. Facebook, I'm super nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
We can talk about the answers, but if I'm gonna have to type an answer, I'll have to
We
wait till
can
after
say
the show.
it through here,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah,
through the
can you
radio.
read that for her? If somebody pops up?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably. I wish someone would write something so I can see. Who is? Oh, we have one person.
We just started. You gotta grow.
I know, but I want to see like who it is. Oh God.
Whitney needs questions, people. Come on.
Need something to distract.
So good, we're gonna have fun.
See, just like real estate in this commercial, you're going to talk about the back roads to your current listings and how to get to them, directions, process.
Oh, I'm already ahead of you.
You know this buying process
Yep.
like the back of your hand.
I sure do. I'm Whitney Cathy.
No, leave it there, not your usual tag on.
I know. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be fun.
Let me see this one real quick. I'll put it over here. I'll move it. You can cover it up here in a minute till you get to, and then see like right here. That's fine. We'll go right to this one, I guess.
So we're gonna do this first, or
No,
do
usually-
this, go over the process, and then do
And then
these.
do these usually.
Can I do mine too?
Yes, your condo and your Cedar Acres loop, right?
Yeah. So you're gonna go first with these two,
Yeah,
and
I'll
then
go
I'm gonna
first.
do these 2 and then you're gonna go over the rentals.
Right. And see, I just wrote out some of the basic stuff
I got
for
it.
you, and then so you're not searching on there for that, and then you know the property, so you'll just give them all
Yeah.
nitty gritty on it after that.
Well, we have like a lot of good listings. Oh, that's
man.
exciting! I'm excited about these.
Well, the
Just to
problem.
be sure, it's Kathy, right?
Whitney's my first name.
Whitney. Oh, I'm sorry.
Everyone does that. Every time
I'm
I
terrible with
introduce
names.
myself, I'm like, Whitney's my first name, Kathy's my last, and then they just look at me weird, like, why would you say that? Because if I just say Whitney Kathy, you would think that's both of my names, first names.
Right, okay.
Hyphenated.
Whitney, got it.
John.
Yeah, the problem I have doing this every week lately is the property has been selling so fast that trying to keep up with having to put them on the night before about what do we got this week.
It's a good time to sell. Definitely.
Excellent time to sell. Lake's up. You know, economy's
Nice.
going.
I have a fishing pole in the back of my car. I'm ready to go anytime.
That's what I used to have. I used to have my tool belt and my fishing pole.
I used to have all that in the back of my car.
There was the occasional day you never made it to work.
Hey, I just so happened to be sick.
We go at lunch. Well, been around this lake forever, and so we just find a dock, throw our pole off sometimes while we were working, and tie it up to the dock so we could go down there and check it every once in a while.
Yeah, what I liked about having all the songs loaded in is because I could tell when one was about to end. Right now, it's just there's like probably 5 or 6 songs on one little strip, and it's confusing.
So when we are talking, it's live right then and there. Oh my God.
You're in church right now.
Okay, I got it.
Keep that
I
in
got
mind.
it. Ladies don't
Hallelujah.
curse. Oh my God. Thanks for like a freaking out.
Let's turn this off.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Yeah, last week when Buck was here, we had one of these bumpers just fire off in the middle of him talking, and hey there, East Texas. I'm John, and I am here with Brett and Whitney from Caldwell Banker. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing great, John. Thank you.
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. So, do you guys want to talk about what you all have going on and what's for sale and whatever else you guys have?
Yeah, today I want to start off a little bit different because of things going on in our great state today. Talk about the start of Coldwell Banker. Back in 1906, they had a great earthquake happen in San Francisco. And a guy, Colbert Colwell, he'd been helping people sell their homes in the area and saw these people that citizens being taken advantage of in the area. And he wanted to help establish some rules and a company that could help protect its citizens in the buying and selling while they were going through such a hard time with their property. And recently, everybody knows Hurricane Harvey coming in. Our great state is going through similar things. I think they said 46% of our population has been affected by this great storm.
Yeah,
and
that was a big storm.
Yeah, and I'm happy looking at our good citizens here, all the effort and prayers that they've done to help these people during this transition time. And a lot of people are being able to get back in and finally see what is the state of their property. And we are a resilient bunch in Texas, and a lot of people are going to look to rebuild that area. But there's going to be many that, for one reason or another, they decide to move on. And we've already been seeing a little bit of an influx into our area here.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one good thing you can look at, just like Colbert back in 1906. 111 years later, Coldwell Banker is still here to help you with this process.
Time.
Yes, sir. I mean, we're moving into our second century here of helping people with the home buying process. So if you have any questions about needing to make a move, how to get inspectors on your property if you choose to stay down there, insurance companies, things like that, we can assist with some of them things. But if you're having to make the move to our area and maybe you've never even bought a property before, we're going to be here to help you in whatever transition that you're needing to be.
All right.
And so just give us a call anytime. Our local number is 903-887-7055, and there'll be somebody at the desk to help you there any way we can.
So, Brett, if someone wants to move down here or wants to upgrade to a different house or maybe want to get out of a rental, what is the first step in the buying process?
Well, first step in the buying process is you always want to find a realtor, a knowledgeable realtor, and somebody you can trust and feel comfortable with. There's many great realtors in our office, but you need one that you really feel comfortable with, that is knowledgeable to be able to help you with the process. And come in or give them a call. Let them give you a consultation about the process. Because it really is a process in the buying of a home. And many people, you don't want to, use an analogy being on the lake here, you don't want to go jumping in the shallow end, head first. These people can walk you through the steps. There are certain steps that make it a lot easier, more enjoyable, comfortable process in buying a home.
Right. Purchasing a home is one of the greatest rewards in life. And when you're sitting there in a consultation with a realtor, you have already done research on them and you feel comfortable with them. This constellation helps you understand your wants and needs. It helps sets up expectations. It educates you on the process. And then also the realtor can answer any questions that you may have. And also set you up with a good lender, because that's the next step in the process, is to be pre-approved.
Mm-hmm. What is the biggest thing about being pre-approved? Why would people need that in the home buying process?
Well, being pre-approved and contacting a knowledgeable lender, there's lots of loans out there that people may not know about. For instance, a USDA loan, which requires 0% down. And then there's the Seth program, which helps pay for closing costs. So when you're talking to a lender, they could try to see if you can qualify for those loans. If you can't, then they will help you get to that point where you can. I mean, if you can save money by doing the USDA loan, why not, right?
Okay, yeah. So, you're saying there's so many different loans out there that they ought to be able to find one that will meet your specific needs.
Right, that's
Okay.
true. And then also, when you submit an offer on a property, you really want a pre-approval letter. Because say if you were the seller, when you want someone who can secure financing so you're not taking your home off the market for so many days, right?
I agree. I've noticed that with a lot of our sellers, especially this year, with the inventory being lower this year than on a usual year. Sellers are really looking for that pre-approval letter this year. It shows that you've done your homework, you've done your research, you're serious in the home purchasing process, and you've helped establish a budget. Without this pre-approval letter, that's one of the biggest things, is establishing the budget. You don't want to be viewing homes that are a little bit over your budget. It will really lead to a disappointment later on. You want to make sure that you're shopping within the realms of your lending.
Right. Well, so say if I was a buyer, when I go to this constellation with a realtor, will they provide 3 to 5 lenders, or what's...
A good one will, because,
Right.
like everything, we always have our favorites, people that we deal with more often. Just like the client finding that comfortable realtor to work with, we have several lenders or inspectors or whichever the case may be that we have done more deals with and we feel more comfortable with as well. And so they can always help you steer you in the right direction, but we provide several different options for you to be able to find the one that you feel comfortable with as well.
Right. Okay, so say we already had the constellation. We already got pre-approved with a lender. What
You're
is
doing
the
good.
next step? We are rocking and rolling here.
Right. Now, once we got our budget established, this really helps us narrow down the process. Then we can go out and look for what is your area you're looking to live in. Is it because of work, school district, maybe the kids are in, or maybe just activities? If you're big into soccer, want to be near the movie theater, need to be near the local hospital for see your doctors or whatever, we can narrow it down from there and then start saying size, how many bedrooms do you need to fit all them soccer playing kids in? Are you a person, I know one of our biggest things people are looking for this year is a lot of guys are getting back into tinkering on their cars and different
Right.
projects. They're looking for that big shop maybe. Some of these little specifics in the home criteria process that you're looking for.
Right. When I have a constellation with my clients, I always tell them, tell me your top 5 in a home. Like, what is your must-haves?
Your must-haves.
For example, my must-haves is I want to live in the Cedar Creek Lake area,
a good
3
idea.
bedrooms, 2 baths, brick, fenced-in yard.
Mm-hmm.
So when we set up a constellation, we're going to go over all these things so I can help understand what you're looking for. And when I do the search, I will send listings off of our MLS. MLS is Multiple Listing Services. It's way more updated than Realtor.com and Zillow. And I can email that to you daily, and wherever it causes interest, we can go see.
That's a really great idea, because with 370 miles of lakeshore here and almost 400 different lake additions I believe we have now, what you're talking about really helps them narrow them down, because if people were to get in their car and try to find their perfect home by driving the lakefront, they will be out there
Especially
for
with
months.
the gas.
I know. I'm out there every day. I'm out there circling the lake, and it takes a long time just to drive that waterfront. So having your realtor help you narrow down your criteria that you're looking for really does help you, so that you're only having to go out and view a few homes.
Okay, I have another question that the listeners may have.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just do Cedar Creek Lake area, or will you branch out to, for instance, Rockwall or Collin County?
Okay, yeah, good question. Being born here and living here all of my life, I'm very accustomed to the Cedar Creek Lake area. This is my home. This is my place I enjoy, and I really love this area. Mm-hmm. But we are licensed in the whole entire state of Texas. So we do branch out and work between Tyler, Dallas quite often. And we do have several agents in our office that go down, and we can help out and assist down in Houston if people need us, or out in West Texas. We've had a few deals there this year. That anywhere in the state that you need help, we can help either personally or give you a good referral to another co-op banker out in that area if that's something that would better suit your needs. And for that matter, if you're moving out of state, which a lot of people right now are, I just had a client close yesterday that moving far up north. that one good thing about our network being in 50 different countries right now and all over the country is we can not only help sell their home here local, we can help find them an agent where they're moving to assist in the home buying process there.
Well, Coldwell Banker is not only locally, but we're statewide, nationally, and internationally. So we definitely have a wide base of referrals that we can give to people.
That's another good
way
thing.
out there.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, another good thing.
We got you
having
covered.
your realtor, your local realtor can help you if you're moving off to, let's say, Ohio or somewhere, with your interview process of your buying agent in that area too. Let them help you find that realtor that makes you comfortable in that area as well.
Right. Okay, so say we found that perfect home for, well, there's no such thing as a perfect home, but that home
I don't know,
fits.
mine's pretty nice.
Right? That fits their criteria, their wants and needs. What's the next step?
The next step, whenever you found that perfect home, and most people, they know after they've narrowed it down to their criteria and they walk in the door of that perfect dream home, they're going to know right off the bat.
Oh, yeah.
And the part that's going to make it easy, is like we talked about, is you've got somebody there walking you through the process. You've got your pre-approval letter. So it's going to be a lot more freeing while you're looking at the property. You know it's within your budget and it's attainable for you, so that if this is it, it's the time to act, and let's submit an offer.
Right. Well, when we submit an offer on a home, we will review comparables. And when I say review comparables, homes that recently have sold that is similar to that home that you're purchasing. So we want to make sure we're offering a reasonable amount for those comps. And then also, of course, you touch base on it. You have to you don't have to, but it's highly recommended to have a pre-approval letter with it.
Yeah,
it just helps create leverage in the negotiation process.
Some people, you mentioned a minute ago, some people don't think about that. In selling the home, lots of sellers and their agents work looking at comps in their area to establish a good sell price that they think will be very marketable out there. Some people may not think that it's the same in the buying process, but you do. You want to be as factual and knowledgeable about the home you're purchasing as well. And your realtor can help you with your comparables like you were talking about. Seeing, just because this is the perfect looking home, is it the perfect price for you? You want to make sure you're not way overpaying over the market value for your home.
Right. Well, also when submitting an offer with that pre-approval letter, so say for simple numbers, you're pre-approved for $200,000 and the house is $190,000, you would want that pre-approval letter to say $190,000. So again, it will help you create leverage so the seller won't see how much you can really
Could you explain that a little further about what would the difference be in the 190 compared to the 200?
So when you're submitting an offer and a home is listed for $200,000, but you want to offer $190,000, you want that pre-approval letter to say $190,000. So in the seller's eyes, they don't think you can go higher than that. So it help with the negotiations to keep that price where you want it.
No,
Does that make sense?
Yeah. That'd be great in the presentation, and that's why you're a smart realtor shopping your comparables and know about these things. Yeah.
So say buyer submitted an offer. What's the next step after that?
Well, once it's submitted, your selling agent would then take the offer down to their client for consideration. And this is where, if there's any negotiations that come on, they'll look at the offer, and we're hoping most of the time that they're just going to think it's such a great offer, they're going to accept it. But they have a few different things that they're allowed to do as the seller. They can accept your offer as it is, which is what we're going for. They can reject your offer. Nobody likes to be just straight rejected. Or the most common thing that most sellers will do, if it's not instantly accepted, is the counteroffer. This is where our negotiation process comes into play, and where your realtor can really help you go through the process. the seller's always going to be trying to get the most for their home, and the buyer's always going to be trying to pay the less for the home.
Well, this process seems a little bit complex. You really recommend someone using a realtor?
Oh, that's where your realtor earns their salt right there is
Right.
these negotiations. Helping coming to a price that both the seller and the buyer feel comfortable with, and putting this deal together and forming what we call the contract, an actual binding agreement between the two on an accepted price. And
Okay, so say everything went great, everyone's happy, it got accepted. What's the next step? Is there 2 cashier's checks that someone's gonna need to bring?
Okay. Well, yeah, okay. And if you're making once your offer is accepted, there's lots of negotiations about what could happen in a contract. The most common is an option period that people are choosing to purchase these days.
What's that?
An option period is a great thing for the buyer. Usually, it's just a little money down. That number can be negotiated depending on purchase price, But, excuse me, it's usually in a check form submitted to the seller, and it's not something that you would be receiving back because it's an actual purchase check. Just like you were to go to the store and purchase a product. What you're doing is you're purchasing a time frame to go home, think about the deal. Lots of people use this as a time period that from the outset, the house looks great, but they want to bring in their inspector to make sure that there are not underlying problems that they are not going to be physically capable of taking care of. And that's where this option period allows them to be able to, if there turns out to be hidden things about the home that they're not able to take care of, that they could get out of the contract at this point. Your second check you're referring to is your earnest money check. And this is kind of, it's not exactly a down payment, but it's a show of good faith that you are serious about the home. Serious enough that you're willing to put up a little bit of money to help hold the home in place.
Okay, so what you're telling me is earnest money is a deposit made by the buyer into an escrow or a trust account, which is typically at the title company. Mm-hmm. And it just shows that the buyer is really wanting to purchase this property in good faith. Mm-hmm. And then also it allows additional financing time for the buyer. And it's typically 1% of the negotiated price.
Typically, like everything, that can all be negotiated as well.
Yeah, and also if there's multiple offer situation, a way to make it stronger is to maybe do 2% on the earnest money. I mean, if you close, you are credited that at closing. If you get out during your option period, typically you will receive the earnest money back.
Okay.
So after those 2 cashier's checks are delivered to the appropriate parties, is when you really want to get an inspector out there during the option period. And of course, a realtor can provide, if you don't have one, 3 to 5 inspectors to help inspect the properties. Again, if a realtor recommends those, you want to do your own research to make sure you're making the best decision. I mean, a home to me is someone's sacred ground where they can truly be themselves. Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure you're making the right decisions throughout, and that's why you really need a realtor.
Great. And speaking of homes, would you like to talk about a couple that we have that are available on the market today?
Right. Well, call our office to get the rest of the process, the home buying process. Again, our office number is 903-887-7055. Again, call our office to set up a consultation and to know the steps into buying a home. Again, our number is 903-887-7055. So one of the new listings that we got, I just received it this week, is located at 15180 Cedar Acres Loop in Maybank. It's a secluded custom log cabin home situated on 3.029 acres north of Maybank. Mm-hmm. It has an open floor plan, Maybank ISD, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, split bedroom layout. It is situated on 3.029 acres. And catch this. Across the street, the sellers own 4 acres.
Oh, is that part of the deal?
Yes, for only
Wow.
$270,000. Again, it is negotiable.
Oh, a 7-acre property just like Maybach. That sounds rather nice.
I know. Be secluded, away from people. Sounds awesome. The next property I have is located at 849 South Gumboro Lane, Unit G8 in Gumboro. It's a great weekend getaway with breathtaking views. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo on the 2nd floor. It's close to shopping. You have a great water view. The seller is offering up to $2,000 towards new carpet.
Awesome.
I know,
love
right?
feeling the carpet on my feet.
That gets me excited. And that is listed at $89,500. Again, the prices are negotiable.
Good. I want to tell them about 2 great deals we got this week. Both of these properties are going for $55,000.
Say what?
Yes.
How much?
$55,000.
No way.
each.
Get out here.
And if,
Tell me about
I don't
them.
think we want to talk about this over the air. I may be interested.
Tell me about
and
them.
the good thing is we've got, depending on where you want to live on the lake, one on the west side, one on the east side of the lake. So, you can take your pick. The first one's located at 147 Lake Arrowhead in Cherokee Shores over here, a 4-bedroom, 2-bath built in 1984. It has 1,680 square feet. That's a 2-story. It's 840 square feet up top, 840 square feet down below. So it'd be a great home for a growing family or for a duplex. For people maybe looking at investment, you could make 2 income properties off of this because it does have 2 separate entrances to it.
Speaking of rentals, how easy is it to get a rental around the lake?
Well, in our area, one good thing about Coldwell Banker is we do have a rental management company in our office. And if you ever need to contact them, you can contact Laura, our property manager, at 903-288-0218 anytime.
So with this department, do they just offer people to lease, or can someone lease their property to people who want to lease it out?
We do have lots of leases come on the market, but it is getting to where we, as a property management company, are taking on all the days for lots of the actual property owners and managing everything from finding the tenant to collecting the rent money to taking care of repairs.
Well, okay, hold on. If I was someone, I wouldn't want someone just to be able to lease to them. Do we do a background check or anything like that?
Yes, we do have a credit and background check that we run on all applicants, which most landlords are going to be happy about that. They know their people are checked out. And it is a $45 fee for each person over the age of 18 that would be occupying the residence.
Oh, wow. So if you want to put your home up for lease, or if you want to lease a property, again, contact Laura Ward at 903-288-0218. Again, at 903-288-0218, and that is Laura Ward.
Whitney, I thank you for coming on the air with me today.
I was super nervous.
Yeah, I think you did very well. If somebody wants to get a hold of you and see if they feel comfortable with you as a realtor, how do they do that?
Oh, you can contact me anytime at 903-502-0122. Again, at 903-502-0122.
Okay, that's great. And you can always call me at 903-340-6301. Or you can email me directly at lbrettkillian@gmail.com. And Whitney, once again, John, thanks for having us.
No
It's
problem,
been a great time.
It's fun having you guys out here. It really is.
Thank you. It's been fun.
Oh, yeah. All right, guys, you're listening to 95.9 KCKL, and we're going to get right back into some commercials for now. And pretty soon, the Trading Post at 10.